Alright, today's video will feature a binder collection, and the reason why I want to do this is because a lot of people are sending autograph requests to these particular people. And, everybody is saying that this is just the fire moment. This is everybody in this particular set is signing. These people are very generous with their time, and that is true to a point, but I think I basically finished the 1990 Pro Set golf set, and I'll talk about that in just a second. The background for actually is a little different because I had a Discog shopping video and I deleted it because no one would watch that. So unfortunately, and I deleted it before I saved some of the information from that. So that's unfortunate, but I can find it again. So if you didn't know, 1990, 91 and 92 had golf trading card sets from Pro Set. And those are the most prolific and most affordable cards out there. You can always go to the dreaded eBay and take your chances on some of the autographs. Most of the lower tier golfers are all real and legit autographs, but people are asking insane prices like $20 each, and then you just filter all those out and find out that they're between $1 and $5 each. So the same price or less in some cases when you bundle a deal than sending them through the mail, because some golfers will sign as many cards as you have, but these people only have like maybe 1, 2, or 3 total cards. The problem is with say golfer Greg Norman, he might have like 40 cards, but in the Pro Set he would only have two cards per set. But if you're working on 90, 91, and 92, he might have a total of somewhere between 2 to 8, or something like 8 cards total. He might have a stat leaders type of card or whatever, or some kind of champion card. And oh man, I just wrote Mr. Norman, I sent him 1 card, because some of these bigger names, you don't want to flood him with autograph requests. It's best to do 1 per. Gary Player was at one time one of the hardest people to get to sign, or he would sign some sort of special picture. I don't remember the whole deal it is, but I have 2 cards out to him because now Gary Player has a ton of cards, but there was a crazy lull. So you were basically all said and done. It's oh shoot, Gary Player has a ton of new Upper Deck cards or whatever has just recently come out. Upper Deck or Fleer or whatever they're calling it now. So he's oh my gosh, now what do I send? And of course, a lot of the players have very bright cards, but there are also a lot of very dark cards. So the stats on the set here, if I can get to it right now, and I hadn't updated the count, and we'll take we're just only doing the 90 set today. If I can get them out of the pages here. Now, I will never be done. When I said I was done, I lied. I'll never be done, and there's a reason for that. So, unfortunately, we lost 2 important golfers, especially in the TTMs. Lou Graham just passed away, and I think he was the 1975, Masters champion. I'm not sure. So Lou Graham is right here. There's Lou Graham right there. And there's Lou Graham, and he wrote Open champion. So he has inscribed 1975 U.S. Open champion on that one there. And I don't know if Jim Colbert is in this set, but Jim Colbert has passed away as well. And he was a great signer, and he had lots of cards. He had, cards you wouldn't even think of. He's got his base card, and he's got a secondary card. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think Mr. Colbert also had some other Pro Set cards from 92 that are way off the radar. So we'll start off with page number 1. We'll try to do all the pages here, but this page looks like this one is missing. I wrote 30 missing, but that's wrong. That's off the kilter there. This PGA Pro Set card here, and this guy put it on the senior PGA side there. So Tom Shaw, and I don't know if he was in the senior PGA or if he was on but he signed this one here. So I don't know if that was right or not. Tom Shaw, if you didn't know, was on the tour, I believe, just for a little bit in 1990, but he didn't get a trading card. So for whatever reason, so I got him to sign that one. He might have signed the right side or the wrong side. I just don't remember what happened there. So think outside of the box with that one. I'll shout out Chris Cards there. But we've got Hale Irwin, but we're missing Tony Sills. I can't find much about Tony Sills. Tommy Armour III has not signed for a long time. Tom Watson, Tom Pertzer has not signed. Tom Kite, you can find him on eBay for around the $20 benchmark, but he has only signed once, according to Star Tiger in 2017, and Kenny Perry and Steve Pate. So that's page number 1. Then Robert Gamez, for whatever reason, I'm missing that card. I don't know why. I don't remember if I sent it or had it to go to send out. What happened there. But Steve Jones, Elkington, Verplank, Simpson, Hoke, Mediate, and Floyd have all signed. Now, I can't say that these guys were all TTM. Some of them back in the day were purchases because, you know, again, people were just blowing out autographs between $1 and $3 back then. And so I picked up a ton, and that's how I got a lot of deceased golfers. Russ Cochran, I think, has not signed. I don't think he has. But you see, that's one of those dark cards there you wouldn't be able to. So it might be more beneficial to say, Mr. Cochran, could you sign the back card if you do sign? And you see I do the playing cards there to fill in the spot there. Then we want to keep these in order here. And then we only have, you know, only 100 cards in this set. That's why this was a popular one. Peter Jacobson, now Payne Stewart, no one will ever have unless they can find a verified copy from a long time ago. So this page is 100% complete. Persons, Jacobson, Azinger, Hankey, Price, Reed, Hatalski, and Tennyson. Hulbert, and then Mike Donald, for whatever reason, is gone. I don't know what happened there. So did I send that off? I did, and probably lost it. Weeby, Amira, Calcavecchia, Mark Brooks, I haven't got him to sign. I'm not sure why. Lauren Roberts, Larry Mize, and Lanny Watkins. So that's pretty good. And then you can see that I do have some duplicates on the back for, you know, other purposes. Some of them they just signed and I couldn't tell which one to get rid of or keep. This one I think is just a recent send out. But Ken Green, John Mahaffey, John Houston is missing, John Cook, Joey Sindelar, Jody Mudd, it's there, but you can barely read it. Jim Thorpe, I think he may have passed away, and Jim Gallagher Jr. We have Jeff Sluman, Jay Delsing is missing, Ian Baker Finch, Wayne Grady does not sign, Hal Sutton, Greg Norman, and I got Greg Norman on other cards, and he does sign, but I did not want to do the mean thing there. So, and it's a very, very dark card. So I don't know what he would do to sign that one. Gil Morgan, Gene Sowers, and Fred Couples. We've got Mark Lai, Kenny Knox, Davis Love III, David Peoples, David Frost, Dan Forsman, Curtis Strange, Craig Stadler, and Corey Pavin. In fact, I'm missing a Curtis Strange in 91 for some reason. And I can't remember the last time or when I wrote to him or what I need to do. Chris Perry, Chip Beck, Wayne Levi, Bob Tway. Bob Tway, I can't find anything. I don't know how I got that one, but Bob Tway does not sign. Bob Estes, Billy Ray Brown, Billy Mayfair, Billy Andrade. Bill Britton, Ben Crenshaw, Andrew McGee, some unknown player there. Harold Henning has deceased. Frank Beard, I don't remember if he's passed away, but it's a super, super faint one, so I need to replace that one. Miller Barber has passed away. Gary Player, we hope, are legit, but there's that one there. And Arnold Palmer is not legit. I believe that's a secretarial or auto pen. I'm not sure which one that one is, but it's not a real signature. It's real ink, but it's just not. Billy Casper, I was not able to get him before he died, so there's a missing Billy Casper. We have Lee Trevino, Charles Cootie, Jim Dent has passed away, George Archer passed away, Chichi Rodriguez, I think that was a purchase, because it's hard to get him to sign. Mike Hill, Bob Charles, Rives McBee, and we have Dale Douglas, Gene Littler, Bruce Crampton signing gold. Jack Nicholas is impossible to get that one. Don January, Al Geiberger, Mr. 59. We have Dave Hill. Orville Moody passed away, so that might have been one I purchased. And Lee Elder has passed away. Then on the very last page here, we have J.C. Sneed, and then there's a Lou Graham. We have Lee Trevino, and we have an unsigned Bob Tway. Now that's a weird one there. What is that doing there? Well, that is a promotional card, and there are different variations of the the Pro Set cards here, and some of them are impossible to find. Very, very impossible to find. So my stats on this, current stats are for the base set. I do not count any of the promotional cards. And I want to say this Lee Trevino is a promotional card here as well. So that's a great one to have there. Again, Lee Trevino probably will sign if you send to him, even though he says he's not signing anymore. I'd rather not do that. But there's Lee Trevino signed there. And again, there should be a few more cards of this here. Let's just go to the dreaded eBay here very quickly because I have extra time. Just looking up the golf people that passed away here. So I was just looking to see what kind of Tom Kite cards are out there. There's Tom Purtzer. I just typed in Tom. Thomas's Bagels or whatever. So I should type in Tom Kite and see what here. But I just want to show you. It's just a name that I remember from when my grandma was watching golf. That's all. And was a pretty decent golfer back in the day. 1475, again, you've got to be careful because that's, could be a forged one. Don't really know if people are forging that one. 1799, again, so, people are asking, okay, there's a factory sealed set plus 14 autograph cards. That might be a deal, but that's like $50. With the shipping, it would work out to close to $50. Yeah, $52. But I want to see if there's one for $5, but again, how do we know that's legit? We have to kind of just basically do our homework and see. But that's a fair price there for $5, because again, he hasn't signed for anybody since 2017, according to Star Tiger. Charles Cootie, again, this is a way to maybe, and there's another Tom Kite for 20, another one for 20, but a very, very faint signature. Again, maybe he is signing, maybe Tom Kite is signing, but I just don't know. And then this one here, look at this one here. Look at this one here. So I don't know what's going on here, but this one's only $2.85. And look at that Tom Kite autograph right there. Okay, and then you compare it to the ones that are more common here. Watch this. I'll show you. I don't know what is going on with that particular signature here. I could get easily fooled here, but look at this one for $20 here. So essentially what we've got here is this. That's way different. Way different. And I saw a few other Tom Kite autographs that look more like this one. I think that other one is a fake. We're talking about, valuable fakes from Collector Investor Dealer podcast the other day. But I can't remember, Jeremy said that there were some fakes that he saw that were on the lower tier, like league leaders and stuff like that, just to throw people off the track. Again, so that could be a fake Tom Kite autograph. If it turns out to be fake, the best thing to do for that particular person would be just to throw it away. But if you can find multiple examples from various differing sellers, and maybe that's how he signs now, but I doubt that. I very much doubt that. But yeah, I do remember Tom Kite. He stood out because he had the those glasses that never went back into style, if you can imagine those large glasses from the 80s, and he always had like some sort of, like big hat on or something like that. So yeah, I mean, just go back to that one here. That's really a shame that people are doing that, even in golf. Again, that one for $2.85 plus $6 for shipping. And regardless, they get, and let's look at another Tom Kite autograph here. Again, the one I showed you earlier, that big one here, and if we can get to it here, see, look at that one there. Again, Tom Kite is a proper golfer there and doesn't sign very much, so be very careful. Very careful. And you're like, oh, who is he? Well, again, if you haven't started watching golf or know your history of golf, you only know Lee Trevino, Chichi Rodriguez, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Greg Norman, and so on and so forth. You know only about 20 golfers in this particular set of 100 different cards. Or 99 to 100 different cards. You only know 20 of them. I know a few more of them because I've kind of studied up on them and figured out how famous they were. These guys were basically like the golfers of today. They didn't win every single day, but they're not in the frame of moment right now. So that's just kind of interesting there. I don't know if Tom Kite, why he's not signing. Maybe he's not doing well. Maybe he's just tired of all the people flipping his autographs and stuff like that. But, again, 1990 autograph, there's only 17 hits for this, you know what I mean? And so that's really, again, go back to that crazy one here. Here's another one here. There's another one here that I'll show you right here. And again, this does not look like his autograph. It really doesn't. That, I mean, I don't think you can see that right there, but it really doesn't look like it. This person has 99.6% with $15.99 some sort of shipping or something like that. But how ridiculous is that? Again, I don't know if he has a different signature for his cards or whatever he does, but let's just look at another one here. Again, they're all over the place. These Tom Kites are all over the place. Again, I don't know when that was signed and who signed that one. Let's look at the faint one here. Let's look at the faint one here if we can see this one well enough. You know, I know a card is a lot smaller than a big picture, but you see this? It's really hard to see there, but it's that big flowing autograph that he has on the other ones here with the big loopy T and everything like that. So don't buy those garbage autographs in black Sharpie. Really awful. And golfers are very good, or at least they used to be good, in signing in various colors. Green, blue, red, you know, any color, gold paint pen. That's what they're known for. It's just something different. I love this card, but do I love it enough to buy a junky, wrong card? I hope to the heck that I don't have any bad autographs in here. But this is before all of these cards gotten before the recent last 3-year boom, for the most part. So I hope everybody has some great information on this. And one last thing here, I've been starting to go back and sending out some of these cards here of the golf courses, but I want to match them up with the players, and it is just incredibly impossible. One of the cards sent out, Caleb posted the address and got a success, but that guy hasn't signed since probably, I don't know, 17 or so, but I still sent it out because I think I had an extra card. So that's why my binder's like Swiss cheese. I'm working from an original set I bought back in the 90s, and then I'm having to replace the cards. So I'm on my second set or something of those 1990 golf cards. Amazing how many cards you lose through the mail, as good as signers these are. Hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.